Well, I missed last week's recap, mostly because of the amount of time I put into making that Helsinki video. But I'm not going to miss this week. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry for missing last week, and like I just said, it really had to do with the amount of time I spent putting together that video on Helsinki. Now, 2 weeks ago today, I put up on the recap, I did a 1 minute tour of the superfood town in the Bronx, and our Cambodian correspondent was taken by that, and he sent this picture of a market in Siem Reap, Cambodia. Now, and I really appreciate it. That's Bob McCarthy. Picturesque. The thing that the picture doesn't convey is what places like that smell like. And I spent a fair amount of time in that part of the world, and boy, they smell really, I'd say, ripe. But Bob also shared a picture of the inside of a liquor store in Barcelona, Spain. Here it is. And I'll tell you what, thanks a lot, Bob. I appreciate it. Now, when Bob sent this stuff, he encouraged me to do more food reviews. And I don't have one for this week, but I'm going to branch into something new. I'm going to do a gear review. Here it is. This is the Oculus Go. And what it is a virtual reality headset. Comes in a box that's got this and the hand control, the remote control. Now, with this virtual reality headset, you don't need to hook it up to a computer. It's completely, entirely self-contained. It costs about $200. And I will tell you that some of the stuff that I've found on this thing is absolutely spectacular. I mean, they had a Jurassic Park thing where you're surrounded by dinosaurs, and I mean surrounded. They're above you, they're behind you. You get into this thing, and you're in Jurassic Park. I went on a roller coaster ride, and you really want to puke while you're on this thing. I mean, the ride is absolutely spectacular. Now, I'm a gadget guy. I like this gadget. The issue with this thing, I think, is how much content are they going to have for it? You can't use it with PlayStation or Xbox, which I think is a downside. And I've only had it a couple of days, so I don't know exactly how much stuff I can find. I mean, I've seen some underwater stuff where they're chasing whales and dolphins and things like that, and you're in the water, you're completely surrounded. 360-degree video, and they've got some 3D stuff on there. Now, I will tell you, it is really eye-catching. It's astonishing. Like I say, the issue is how much content are they going to have. Now, you can connect to Netflix and I think other movie things. And what happens is you have a movie screen that occupies your entire field of vision. I mean, you've got mostly when you're looking at stuff on TV, you can capture the entire thing in one glance. With this thing, you're actually moving your eyes around to different parts of the screen. That's how big the screen is. And they put you in an environment which is like a movie theater. You're surrounded by chairs and very comfortable. It's absolutely amazing. Now, do I recommend buying it? I don't know. The jury is out. I'll know better in a couple of weeks after I've really, really explored it. But for the moment, this is some gadget. The Oculus Go. Yeah, this virtual reality is absolutely something else, positively amazing. And like I say, I think the jury is out on whether you should spend money on this thing or not. But I'm certainly going to continue to explore the thing. Now, Eileen points out that we probably are living in the golden age of television. And I'll tell you what, there really is a lot of great stuff on. And I figured it'd be time for me to give some video recommendations. Here they are. In terms of catching up with your requests for video recommendations, let me bring up three right off the bat. First, a lot of you heard about, and that is a show on Netflix. It's called Ozark. There are 2 seasons of it, and Ozark is about a guy and his family who are fundamentally money launderers from Chicago working for some Mexican drug cartel who moved to the Ozarks. It is a really clever show. That's Netflix, and it's Ozark. And of course, the other is on Amazon, and that is Jack Ryan. Now, Jack Ryan is based on Tom Clancy's books, full of action, really first-class production values, an excellent show. But the third one you may not have heard about, and I think it may be the best of all, and that's a show called Yellowstone. Now, Yellowstone is actually sort of like The Godfather or The Sopranos. It's set on a ranch in modern-day Montana. Now, it stars Kevin Costner, and he is the Godfather, so to speak. What a good show. So far, it's just 1 season. Karen, the weather girl, and I watched it nonstop. I thoroughly recommend it. Now, how do you find it? Because I had never heard of the Paramount Network. But what it is, the way we've got it, and we have Cablevision, is we went to the on-demand thing, free on-demand, and they have a category called entertainment. And under entertainment, you see this Paramount Network, and then you click on that, and of course, it brings up their shows, and one of the shows is Yellowstone. Now, on demand, you frequently get commercials, and I would say if you got 1 or 2 per episode of Yellowstone, it was a lot. So there are your 3 recommendations. Ozark, for sure. Jack Ryan, for sure. And really, really give Yellowstone a try. And I'm going to get back to watching TV. So that's this week's recap. Now, tomorrow is the Interclub Kayak Pub Crawl. It's going to start at Oskov Hall. That's where you pick up the cards and so on. And we're going to have a little preliminary meeting and brunch at the Legion around 10 o'clock or so. And then after that, it's the crawl. Now, I hope we get to see you on the crawl. It's it's an afternoon, and it turns out to be a lot of fun. You get to visit the clubs that are along East Chester Bay here. So I'm gonna close out this episode of the recap and wish you all a very happy weekend. All of you except the lowlife who tried to hack our checking account. You're dead forever to me. All right, so have a nice weekend, everybody. All except you.